that Haitians need to understand that the solidarity toward Haiti, the champion are the diaspora. And people need to be proud of themselves, the level of solidarity of the diaspora. And I, most as possible, I'm telling some foreigners and international NGOs about it in order that they could see this perspective.
Well, I would say first, before we start, I wanted to thank you for at least participating and also thank Mr. Farrell for suggesting you.
It is a real pleasure to be with you and share my experience in this vast domain, which is the humanitarian sector in Haiti.
Awesome. Thank you. Welcome to another episode of Reimagining Philanthropy plus IT. Well, today's session, we are with Prospery Raymond, who has been in this sector for the past 26 years, 26 years or more, correct?
More, yes. Yeah, that's fine.
So we're basically going to discuss the role, like what roles can nonprofits play in Haiti's local economy. And this particular topic, basically, we're trying to explore the dynamic interactions between these organizations and the various sectors they impact in a country where socioeconomic challenges and are prevalent, excuse me. The focus will be to understand how nonprofits not only contribute to immediate relief and recovery, but also play a substantial role in fostering long-term economic resilience and development. So as we kind of begin, do you mind if I call you Prospery or Monsieur Raymond?
Prospery is good.
Prospery. So could you give us maybe a short summary of your background, since I know you've been in the sector for more than 26 years, so you've seen it all?
Yes. My name is Prospery Raymond. I'm Haitian from the south of Haiti. I'm basically an economist with a master's degree in economy and development. I study law as well and leadership and in different countries in the US, the UK, India, etc. And I'm in Haiti. I always live here. One of my passion in life is how can I say that? At a younger age, I realized how fortunate I have an education and food on my table, and people from the neighborhood or crossing the street were living a difficult time. That is why I dedicated my life to work in this sector to support as much people as possible and elevating poverty as much as possible. I would say, what else I could say? Professionally, I work for a diverse organization, UNICEF, Oxfam, Intermon, and Christian Aid. Now with LWF, the Lutheran World Federation, and the Norwegian Church Aid from Norway right now. And I'm part of a network of organizations for the last, let's say, 18 years, working on the NGO sectors called CLIO, the Cadre de Liaison Inter-ONG, where most of the NGO, local, international, are gathering together, create synergy in the work, and moving things forward. Thank you.
I love it, and I am aware of Cleo's work as well. I would say one question that I had for you that many people are not well familiar with within the sector is the inception of nonprofit in Haiti. Based on records, you could say the first nonprofit started in Haiti back in 1954, I believe, because of Hurricane Hazel. Correct me if I'm wrong.
And, 19, yes, 54, yes.
Okay. And then to present, from your experience, where would you say, has the sector evolved?
Yeah. What first, before saying so, mention about the sector in 1954, but it was there before, because all the congregation, the churches working in Haiti are non-profit as well. And they are there before, and people didn't notice that in any other school. But Hazel, there is a big shift in the support on nonprofit in Haiti with Hazel, and there is one Haitian Protestant organization, Service Chrétien d'Haïti, who still exists right now, and I'm supporting them still with my organization. They were there at the beginning and starting this process with huge resources from USAID at this time.
Mm.
Yes, the sector is evolved a lot. Right now, we have, how can I say that, a lot of different form of NGOs, and sometimes, and most of the time, people misunderstand what an NGO. For example, they took USAID or SIDA or Agence Française pour le Développement as NGO. They are not NGOs, they are donors. They are
Mhm.
agencies from American government, from Canadian government, from the French government. You say SIDA, SIDA, the Swedish government, etc. Or GTZ from the German. They are not NGO, they are supporting. On the other hand, the UN as well are in Haiti. Most of Haitian in general think the UN are NGOs. They
Mhm.
are not NGOs. They are UN. It is a specific mission. To have a UN mission in a country, they're supposed to have the invitation from
Government.
the Haitian group from the government.
Mhm.
And the plan, they need to present their plan to the government. The government need to give feedback, and they need to agree on it before moving forward. NGO is a different, it's different things. I would say NGOs in different countries it has different connotation. In the US, they have the difference between NGOs and the philanthropy, like a foundation, for
Mhm.
example.
Mhm.
But in other country, like in the UK, yeah, they call it
Association.
charity, charities,
Charity.
for example.
Yeah.
Yeah, and me personally, I'm working more in the charities or NGOs situation, but
Mhm.
collaborating at different level with the USAID, with the UN, with association, etc.
I was gonna jump in, like, you've mentioned the different categories, the different statuses of nonprofit, because I kind of lump all of them somewhat in the
Yeah.
same basket because they're somewhat doing the same work. In Haiti's status, we have ONG, which is NGO, and then we have Association Fondation. And I think like where people fail to grasp probably is where to go and how to go about registering their organization. Whereas you have Ministère des Affaires Sociales or the Ministry of Social
Association.
Affairs and Ministère de Planification, where both entities are handling practically the same thing. Um, where can you see, you could say, the intervention of the government to amend certain registration processes?
Me personally, I would say that the government and all the sector are supposed to have one ministry to handle all this type of association.
Agreed.
Association, group de base, NGOs, foundation, etc.
Mm-hmm.
Why? Because I work in Haiti, but also work in many countries. I represent British organization, the Dominican Republic in Jamaica.
Mm-hmm.
For example, in those countries, there is one entity managing all the different type of organization.
Mm-hmm.
No, and there is one thing. The second thing is the government has a national plan and they indicate to the NGOs or all the other organization, the other type of organization, the donors, the UN, the
Mm-hmm.
NGOs, the association, the group de base, they told them here is where we have some gaps, how we could complete those gaps.
Mm-hmm.
That is why it is really effective. It's contribute to the development of those countries. In Haiti, what is missing is the fact that there is, for example, right now we used to have a plan. There is no plan. That's mean that the NGOs are supporting the needs of the population directly.
Yeah.
And but that would mean the NGOs are contributing, but it is not systematic way to create the real change that could be in an exponential way. You could see a big difference in the life of people because it didn't enter into a global system, a global plan run by the government, for
That
example.
that I agree, and it also then falls in line with somewhat with the technology, how government should utilize technology to basically evolve the sector and ultimately probably do reform in the policies around NGOs. I believe it was written in 1983 and then was amended in 1987 during the time of Duvalier, but unfortunately it still needs reform it because the sector is evolving and the government also needs to then adopt. I think my next question to you is, what are some of the biggest challenges so far that you've noticed in Haiti's past around nonprofit?
The first challenge is that people don't understand the sector.
Hmm.
It is a real challenge because people understand that NGO will resolve the problem on Haiti, all the problems. I'm in the sector. No, NGO could contribute, but it is for Haitian government and Haitian civil society
Hmm.
to change their country. But they would need some support, and others could come and support them where they need the support. That is one of the challenge. The other challenge right now is the security situation.
For
There are a
sure.
lot of NGOs, organizations that are leaving Haiti. Sometimes the third thing is the level of dependency. Some people think that the NGO or some country owe them.
Hmm.
No. And this, I would say that I work, for example, in many other countries, as I said, the Dominican Republic, Jamaica, and also in Latin America, etc. The thing is, what they understand is, for example, in the Dominican Republic, I work with local partners and even the government there. They say that we are doing this. How we are missing that? How
Hmm.
could you contribute to this?
Hmm.
Yeah, and I think it's really good. What is one of the main challenge is a stronger state, a state that could be good quality using the technology, for example, in order to
Hmm.
monitor to see what we could do in order to give space. It is the challenge. And for the NGO right now, one of the biggest challenges is funding. People who don't have much funding. A lot of time people are thinking that, there are a lot of money in the NGO sector. No.
It's a
For example,
multi-billion-dollar industry.
in some country they have way more money.
Yes.
And the other thing is in Haiti, the challenge is because of the security situation. There are some organization and they prefer to leave Haiti because to have some staff to work in Haiti and the corruption situation as well,
Hmm.
they need to pay some staff to come and the risk allocation, etc. It's make the project not relevant. That is why there are some organizations that are just leaving.
Closing
Uh,
doors.
yeah, that is, yeah, you're mentioning challenges. I'm
Yeah.
mentioning them. But right now, one of the main challenges is the fact that key resources, like human resources, a lot of people, professional, are leaving the country. I lost a lot of good staff. There are staff that are really brilliant. Now they went to the state, they went to Canada, and it is a challenge that we are facing.
Hmm.
Even the government, for example, the government lost 8,000 people, 8,000 professionals that left
But
Haiti to
this
the
is
US.
this is due to the parole
The humanitarian power
humanitarian.
and
Yeah.
all other things. And the problem is, I understand them. It's not a bad thing.
Hmm.
It's a good thing for them because the situation is really critical.
Which is
When I met a professional in Haiti, a young woman living in a neighborhood, they almost raped her 3 times. She managed to escape, and she would like to live in the country. She couldn't find another place to live, and she has the opportunity to leave the country. How could you say? Uh,
exactly. You can't
yeah,
say no at
no, you
something like.
cannot. No.
I mean, with the current climate as well as like every challenges, you could say from prior to 1954, what is like your perception or your perspective on how the sector historically impacted key areas of development in Haiti, such as poverty reduction, community resilience, or sustainable livelihoods?
The problem is that 1954 until now,
Hmm.
we have at least five different periods in it. You
Yeah.
know, yeah, but no, I should say eight different periods. That's mean I could talk about that for 2 hours. And the thing is, from 1954 until 1972, well, 1954 until 1960, there is the type of support. It was emergency support. The churches that are coming, you have a different big pastor, and it's like they are taking different part of the country to do development, education,
Hmm.
etc. You see at Fairmont, you have Wallace coming in other area. You know, in the 60s we have less of that. In the 72, by 1972, you have President Duvalier that asks NGO to come. It is where you have CARE, all the big US organization coming to Haiti to work, CRS, etc. They come to support because they think that in their plan they could support. And after 1986, you have a new wave of different type of organization Flourishing, it is when you have much of the organization flourishing in the country at neighborhood level, and you have a lot of support for labor union and direct support to politics, for example. And you could feel 2000, you have another type of organization supporting in empowering people in development. Because based on that, between 2000, 1986
Mm-hmm.
to 1986 to 1996, Haiti has two structural adjustments from IMF that affect the labor situation and also the farmers' land. And all those things affected the country, in a way or another. And NGOs play good and sometimes not very good role during that period. I need to admit. And you have in 20s after the earthquake, you have a lot of NGOs that come to the Haiti, a lot of organizations that don't have the experience to work here, and things
A
didn't
lot of
go as
mismanagement.
they should.
Yes.
Even though at this time Haiti has a plan, but no one knew about it, and even the
Mm.
government didn't master it to impose it to the newcomers.
Mm.
And I think it was a missed opportunity, according to me.
Now, can we go back to that statement? Haiti had a plan in 2010, and it did not share it with the wider audience, basically.
Yes, in 10 to 10, yes, they have a plan. Before this plan used to call the SNCRP.
Mm-hmm.
It's a long acronym. But after that, it's the Plan National de Développement d'Haïti. And based on the study by an Oxford teacher called Paul Collier, he
Mm-hmm.
wrote a book about that and the UN support on that. And they didn't really follow all what he proposed. But if I don't think it was a perfect proposal,
Mm-hmm.
but if we follow it, at least we won't be at the situation that we are now.
Mm.
That's what I would say. Sometimes even people from the state didn't know about the plan, for example, that the experience that we had. For example, you have an organization that has experience in Haiti used to go and meet up and they don't know. They are
Mm-hmm.
new, there's change of the government and new people in position, etc.
There's no sense of continuation, and as well as paper
Right
trailing.
now, I don't think anyone talk about this plan, and I think this plan is still valid for
Okay.
Haiti, and no one talk about it, no one mention it, and all people would like to see a different setup for Haiti. Those plans need to be reviewed, but people won't need to start from
From
scratch.
scratch. Yeah, I do agree. And honestly speaking, I did not know about this plan. I probably have it somewhere in
Yes.
my because I'm a document hoarder apparently.
Okay. Good.
So I hoard books or as well as like research or articles written anything related to philanthropy in Haiti and nonprofit. So I
Yeah.
might have it lying around.
The Ministry of Planning, you do have it on their website.
Okay. Are their website up now?
It is up. Yes, the document is there. It is not functional, but you can find it.
Okay.
That's when they didn't update it on a regular basis. That's what I wanted to say.
Okay, okay.
Yeah.
I guess like with that comment, I guess like to move forward as well. I guess like based on the public-private partnership, like can you provide any insight as far as like successful collaboration between the nonprofit sector and the government?
I mentioned a lot of challenges. Now the
Yes.
success. I think there are a lot of successes. For example, the way that Haiti fight HIV, for example, it
Mm-hmm.
was a great collaboration between public service, the government, and NGO in Haiti,
Mm-hmm.
the UN, etc. The way that they managed to get rid of cholera for a certain time, it was a big collaboration with all of them. I think people could use this collaboration to see how to do that at other level. On the agriculture sector, I think with FAO, NGO, and the ministry, there are some good things on some areas, but not
Mm-hmm.
in all areas.
Mm-hmm.
The thing is, in there is a plan also for the agriculture in Haiti. For 25 years, it's supposed to start, I think, in 2017
Mm-hmm.
for 25 years. But if they follow this plan, I think they were focused on 8 value chain. For example, eggs, rice, maize, and other products. In order that we could produce those 8 things that all the people could get them in Haiti. They could transform them and sell all from the production until the nutrition part of those projects, so for example.
Mm.
Unfortunately, one of the biggest problems is continuity, and
Yes.
yeah, and a few people knows this information, and when they are talking, people don't want to listen. They want to talk about right now, right now what we could do, etc.
No, I was gonna say that is very true. We are a very reactive population.
Exactly. But
Yeah.
those plans, they put that into consideration. One of
Yeah.
the plans is about a fishery. If they improve the fishery business in Haiti, for example, that could be really interesting. All
Mm-hmm.
children could be at school and uh, uh, they could have some healthy fish on a daily basis and have all the nutriment that they need for to move forward,
I
for
know
example.
peanuts was also part of that list as well.
But that's the other thing. Peanut, it was a part of it, introduced into it, but not by the Haitian, but by
Mm-hmm.
a project,
Mm.
by a donor, to be
Okay.
honest.
Okay.
But it is good for malnutrition. It is the best projects that you could use to treat malnutrition. So that
Mhm.
is.
That's good to know.
I would say in terms of success, again, there are a lot of success. I would say first, without NGOs, for example, there are a lot of data about the country. Those data won't be available.
Mm-hmm.
We have a lot of map, etc. It is only the NGO sector that is producing those maps. Even the government could use those maps if they want, but sometimes they are doing with SIG. It is an entity from the Haitian government producing map as well. The second, I would say, is in terms of saving lives, a lot of good hospitals in the country are run by NGOs.
Mm-hmm.
Right now, do you know that only 34% of hospitals are functioning in Haiti? All the others are closed, burned, because of the violence.
In
34%.
the whole island or just Port-au-Prince?
Not the island, the Haiti. Well, when I say island, I think about the Dominican Republic. Sorry. Yeah, sorry. Yeah, because for me it's Haiti. Well, that's another story. Yeah, and yes, for Haiti, yes, I think 34% only are functioning. That's
Mm.
mean and one mostly by NGOs. Even in the most difficult areas, some NGOs are still, for example, Médecins Sans Frontières is providing support to the most vulnerable people. You
Mm-hmm,
know,
mm-hmm.
in terms, for example, why now the good thing is bringing data. Data. There are a lot of data that NGO are gathering. For example, data on, for example, on protection, data on the situation of violence against women. Right now, it's
Mm-hmm.
it's it's enormous. Do you know that 74% of women in the metropolitan area are victims of a certain type of violence?
Yes.
72% are sexually abused.
Mm-hmm.
72%. And 66% of the 72 are abused by the gangs, the
Mm-hmm.
gangs members. That's our data that NGO are providing. The other thing is the NGO are doing. It's on food security. It's the new thing is the NGO, instead of doing things for the people, would bring the cash and give them directly to the community, to the people. For example, using the cash directly or using more cash, bring the cash, give people the cash, because in some area people are still into the truck exchange,
Yeah, yeah,
because
yeah.
they are not liquidity. And it is very good thing. If without NGO in some area, there will be lack of liquidity for people to do their business, you
It's
know?
crazy because there's a risk factor when a nonprofit or an NGO actually leaves a community, is that unfortunately the government is not going to supplement or take part of the initiative that they used to do. And unfortunately the negative externality is that people in the community who used to get their services fall short, or they round up leaving the community, I would say.
Yeah, that is correct. And the other thing, one other example is, for example, on disaster risk reduction. The
Mhm,
government say by law, they say the Department of Civil Protection, the Direction of Civil Protection, they say that in each section communal, we need
mhm,
to have a local committee to handle disaster. So, for example, to bring people to shelters, to inform the people about an alert, and
mhm,
after the earthquake, what to do, etc.
mhm,
That's what happened. But the local community, the government don't have the money to train them and
mm.
put them in place. But what NGO are doing, the NGOs prepare the training and pay the government to train their own people because they
Mm,
are volunteers to do the job. That is a
mhm.
positive thing that NGO are doing.
I,
And the other sector that NGO are working a lot is on water and sanitation.
yes.
And strategically, it is, to be honest with you, I discovered that only 5 years ago, DINEPA, which is the Haitian organization in charge of water, and the funding of DINEPA at this time, 95% of the funding coming from donors, external donors. It's not paid by the government. And
Mhm.
people just don't understand that it is a strategic thing. Water is strategic.
Exactly.
You should not have international aid for that.
That is very true. No, but at the same time, I would say like if funding is not coming directly from the government, wouldn't funding from the government also comes from you could say taxes?
Taxes. I think it is a funny thing. So a lot of taxes, it's the key. People are supposed to pay tax, but people don't pay tax in
That's
Haiti
true.
in general. By the way, NGOs in Haiti pay tax, full tax for their
Hmm.
employees. But for big donation from USAID or the European Union, they
Hmm.
don't pay. They ask the franchise for the goods. For example, if you are bringing medicine for the population, it needs you don't
Hmm.
need to pay tax on that. You
So you
know,
have the droit de franchise
right
basically.
tranches.
Yeah.
But at the same time, it is only when the NGO receive fund from this type of donor. For
Hmm.
example, me, for example, I don't receive funding from this type of donor. I don't have franchise.
Hmm.
I pay the full price and that's it. Because the country is so in need of resources. I encourage all NGO to pay the things directly. Because
Mm.
at least the government to get something in order that they could pay the salary of the good staff and the staff could work with us because without the government having the money to have the good staff, our work won't mean anything,
I
you
agree.
know?
I agree,
Yeah.
especially like when it comes to like you could say NGOs, international nonprofits, those that are registered here in like outside of Haiti, going to Haiti, there's this, I won't say misconception, but there's this failed to do their ethic duties, which is like register their organization, probably because the reason why they don't do it is because there's too many loopholes or there's some blockage from those
Yeah.
ministries or whatnot. But one thing that I would recommend anyone who is, you could say, outside of Haiti is to simply like if they're going to operate, is to simply buy everything on the ground. That is, if you can find it on the ground. If it's
Yeah.
medical equipment, okay, it's okay to like, buy it outside to bring it in, but you can find majority of the items in Haiti.
When we buy something, the price will be up. That's
Hmm.
fine. But the other thing, there are a lot of people from custom to transportation to the
Yes.
sailors that
Yes.
will profit from it. It will be part of of the economy.
Exactly.
That is really important. But
Yep.
there are different NGOs because all NGOs are not the same as well in
Exactly.
terms of size. Some NGOs they are managing only $300,000 a year. Some of
Hmm.
them are managing 10 million.
Hmm.
That's two different scale.
Hmm.
And based on their interests and the management style, they are having different perspective in the way they work forward. Getting back to the tax, I think yes, I think it is one of the things that is really important. First, most of NGOs, for example, at Clio, I know that most of NGOs are paying their tax for their employees.
Hmm.
That's a good thing. Second thing that is really important in Haiti, 7 years ago, 12% of Haitian pay tax, only 12% compared to the Dominican Republic, which is 70% of the Dominican are paying tax. Yeah. And me personally, I think that not pay, why the situation is still difficult.
Hmm.
When you have someone that pay tax, you're asking the people that govern you for accountability
Hmm.
because they are using your money. But when you're not investing, sometimes the people that are not investing are the one protesting more
That's true.
and asking for more things. But it's like who give the money?
That is true.
But I think in terms of education, it is one of the things that we need to do more education too. Everything has a price.
Yes.
If you want to have the service, you need to pay for it. We don't pay, you don't have the service. Why are you complaining? you
It's
know?
funny because I was gonna add like today I recently learned that Haiti has I think like a policy or a clause that says like if you did not vote you can be taxed or something more so like you can be taxed or reprimanded that you didn't vote, and yet we're not like the country's not necessarily voting. I guess it's the same concept as you said. I'm paying taxes. I should hold you accountable, but yet it's the ones who are not paying taxes who wants to hold accountable, like they make the most noise,
Yeah.
versus like, if I vote versus you don't vote, but because you didn't vote you're making the biggest noise, like that doesn't add up. It's like let's do our due
Absolutely.
diligence.
Yeah. You're so right. And just to continue, but why now? I think last year they told me only 7% of Haitian are paying tax.
Mm,
And because of 200,000 people that left with the
mm.
humanitarian power,
Yes, yes, yes.
half of them are people professional. And they are, I think, I don't have the figures now. I foreseen, but my hypothesis is it's less than 5% now.
Yes.
Direct tax, yes.
Now, the process of paying taxes, apart from I guess like companies that are doing it automatically, like doing using ADP so that they remove like the taxes to pay to DGE. Like I know that you have to physically go in person to pay it.
You can hire a company to deal with that for you.
Now, should the Haitian government now probably think for the future or think ahead and try to maybe not mitigate, more so like to implement a system like similarly to the US or to outside so that the taxes automatically is deducted from the individuals rather than going in person to pay.
Yeah, but I would suggest them to go online, to have a service online. People could pay even with their credit card. They calculate the amount and put it. Yeah, the thing is, people are trying as much as possible to have the exact figures. By
Mm-hmm.
looking for the exact figures, they don't have any figures at all.
Mm,
But they need to, me personally, I think, and also the level of tax in Haiti is really high. It's higher
mm,
than in the US, for
that
example.
is true.
It is even higher in the US. If there is a suggestion, is to reduce the level of taxation
Taxes,
percentage
yes,
as much as possible and invite more people to pay.
that's true.
If they manage to reduce by 10, 15% at the level of taxation of the people that are willing to pay,
Mm-hmm.
and invite most of the people to pay. If they could have 40% of Haitian pay, but less than what they are trying to have, they will have better revenue, and they will have more people that are proud of themselves. They are part of the country, they are paying taxes, and they are real citizens. You
That
know,
is true. And then
that
we
is
can
really
hold
important.
them more accountable
Exactly.
and basically request transparency from each ministries or development, whatever you want to call it. But my next question to you is like from your experiences, like, what have been the critical factors in aligning humanitarian aid with economic development in Haiti?
Right now, the situation is really, when I say critical, it's beyond what could people could imagine. You know,
Mm-hmm.
a private sector, a lot of organizations are bankrupt right now. That is why the central bank are giving the possibility when they have a moratoire, people could delay their payment. They can pay on the interest, but not in the capital. You
Mm-hmm.
know, because most of the business in Haiti are, except for people that are selling food, because, as you know, from the diaspora, they are selling, for example, last year, $4.2 billion last year. It's a lot of money, and people are
Yeah.
buying. It's not going in investment in order that to move things forward, but
Mm-hmm.
for consumption. By the way, as in the sector, the NGO sector, including all the funds from the UN, it's less than 1 billion. That's Haitian need to understand that the solidarity toward Haiti, the champion are the diaspora.
Mm-hmm.
And people need to be proud of themselves, the level of solidarity of the diaspora. And most as possible, I'm telling some foreigners and international NGOs about it in order that they could see this perspective. But the other thing is the NGO work is more constructive because one, in terms of human resources, when someone comes to work in the NGO, they are received the very good training and they
Hmm.
become better resources for the country. Second, in terms of transparency, I didn't say that the NGO don't have corruption, but there are more systems to control the corruption and have better transparencies. That's when you have a grasp of good people, honest people in this sector than any other sector. That is
Hmm.
the added value of the sector. And the other thing is terms of innovation. People from the NGO, they travel. They went to Africa, they went to Asia, they see what others are doing with the
And they
private
bring it back
sector,
home,
and they
basically.
bring you back home and doing a
Hmm.
lot of things. The fourth thing is the level of coordinations. It is missing. We are doing a lot of coordination, in terms of sharing information, but helping people to invest together, that is where more need to be done because the level of trust, etc. And even people that have high degrees in terms of calculation, the math, the statistic, sometimes people are really, they couldn't get it. For example, I had to be a mediator into a conflict between two young, smart gentlemen. They
Hmm.
did business together, and they managed to do $5,000 a month. For one, they need to split the $5,000 by two.
Yeah.
But the other say that no, we need to take all our expenditure. There is only 3,000 as profit. We will share the 3,000. And the other one say that you're a stealer. You are stealing my money, etc. But and I'm sorry to say so. He is an accountant.
Yeah.
How he couldn't get it? Because people are so fragile with money. They need to know how to work together and
Yeah.
trust each other in this type of thing and understand those basic things. And sometimes it's not easy, you know. And the thing is, individually, you could see a lot of great things. At the community level, you have some organization doing things, but we need to bring that to another level.
That's
That's
true
that.
because like the community organizations unfortunately doesn't have as much visibility compared to the international organization or the one
Yeah.
that has a 501(c)(3) status. I think it's just a matter of like creating that sense of like I would say centralize the information, but more so centralize the information. That way people can find or donors can find the information readily available. That way they can invest in these organizations doing good work. And I guess like
Yeah.
my next question to you is like, what strategies can the international world or donors actually use to support Haitian nonprofits' effectiveness, like in Haiti?
I think to get back to a new plan, a new plan for Haiti and have a budget attached to it.
Mm-hmm.
And to see what the government, Haitian government could bring, what the international government could bring, what the diaspora could bring,
Mm-hmm.
what the private sector could bring, and in a synergy, make it work. Because right now, yes, you could give, for example, in my organization, we are doing a lot of water and sanitation program, but it's a small thing. We bring water to 5,000 people, 10,000 people, but we
Mm-hmm.
could bring, we could have one big project resolving the problem for the whole south of the country.
That's true.
In order for
That is
all the
true.
people to get running water at home.
Mm-hmm.
But NGO cannot go at that scale, you know. Or maybe they could say that, oh, you as NGO, you can protect this watershed. That's
Mm-hmm.
fine. We can do that, you know. But helping and also reinforce people to pay for using the water. That is the other thing.
I would
Yeah.
say that that's one thing most people fail to understand about nonprofit, just because it's like we're getting donation and we have to spend the dollar to the T. It does not mean that we should not pay the contractors, the people that work within the organization that is providing the services. These people also need to, they need to be paid for their work.
Yeah, but it is a professional business. Now
Yes,
you can go to the university and learn how to work in NGOs, and
exactly.
it's not that you give $100 and $100 could go to water. It won't make any sense, you
Exactly.
know. At least $30 will go on salaries on professional doing the job, and
Exactly.
making sure the money is not badly used, you know?
Mhm.
Yeah.
And I have like two questions for you. Maybe I'll sneak in another one
Yeah,
in
that's
there.
fine. Yeah.
Your future outlook, actually, like based on the historical trends and the current situation, what future roles do you foresee for nonprofits in Haiti's economy, or just Haiti in general?
I think the future. Right now, what we are doing is saving lives.
Mhm.
It's saving lives. It's more humanitarian work. The future is to see the implementation of what we call in the NGO sector the triple nexus. The triple nexus is where you could do development work alongside humanitarian work, alongside peace building work. Because Haiti, in the component, if you could create the right synergy between those three within the community, that would be perfect. If the government could take the lead, because NGO should not take the lead. Even I'm from the NGO sector, I don't think because we are working through projects. The project has a hand date. The state has Haiti. Haiti don't have a hand date. You know, that means they need to take the lead, the real lead. They need to have the right people and the right position telling us what to do, where to do, what they think we should do with the resources that we receive.
I said agreed as you're saying this. I'm like, ooh, you're gonna love my next project.
Yes, no, no, that is true because but I'm Haitian, but even though I'm working for international organization, they would like to see some success in Haiti as well
Yes.
because some of them are working for Haiti for the last 30 years.
Yes.
But they would like to see some progress to say I didn't waste my time in
Mm-hmm.
my entire life. But the only thing that I would say is we save a lot of lives. We save a lot of good professional. At individual level, in a small scale, yes, you do a lot of things. In hospital, for example, in terms of water and sanitation, we do a lot of work. For example, right now in Haiti, we have a campaign for helping people to wash their hands. We are still in this thing. For example, I went to a community 3 years ago. They didn't have any toilet. When you enter into the little community, I couldn't breathe. My team went to the community and talked to the people, to elderly, etc. They had a conversation with the Hungan, the priest, the pastor, etc. At the end, they talked to a woman, a Mambo,
Yeah.
and she understand and she make the word the pass within the community, and all the people decided to build their toilet. And they start building their toilet. They have less dysentery, children dying for nothing. They have a lot of trees. It is an area. It is really green with oranges, all type of trees. But all the time the trees fall down. They fall down onto shades. People don't use it. It is lost. But now they are selling it. I went back 2 years after. I realized the only job, our job, is to do the sensitization. The second job is to teach them how to prepare the toilet for themselves. We didn't pay for the toilet because we do not want to create this level of dependency.
Needed. Yeah.
Yeah, you understand? It is this type of things that I think in the future, I see that we could do more development work alongside humanitarian because Haiti needs humanitarian work now. For example, for me, there are 3 to 4 million Haitian. That means around $1.20 a day for the next 2 years to get, okay, in Ukraine, there are 5 million Ukrainians receiving $400 a month per family, and they receive the funding. If people could understand, yes, so there are 2 million, let's say 2 million Haitian families that could use $120 for 2 years in order to recapitalize them and they get their dignity. And after that, they could do some training, some health reproduction, because when they get the money, starting having too much babies is not good as well. you know, all these type of things, for example. And for the future, what I would say is to have a better plan for the development of Haiti, done by Haitian with support, external support. The diaspora could be involved and as much as possible to take the time to listen to people here. because what I realized, if there is one thing that I've learned from my father, is taking the time to listen. But because I'm from Haiti, I always live in Haiti. Sometimes I went to the community. You have the impression that I think I know, and sometimes I don't know,
Mm-hmm.
because there is some nuances within things that could make a real difference, And when you get those nuances, sometimes for you it is nothing, but there's different layer, from the community, from beliefs and all other things that you need
That's
to take
true.
to listen and try to have how can I say that, an anthropologic way of seeing things. Because yes, we speak Creole, yeah, we can speak Creole, but there is the body language. There is a history of
Of the
different
land
things.
that you must understand that they
E-
probably understand better than you.
Exactly.
What you think is a high tech solution when in reality is a low tech solution because they
And
know it better than you.
thank you.
Yeah.
And there are other things also. You think it is normal, they don't understand it, they don't get it. That's
Yeah.
mean it is really important
Yes, yes, yes.
to start the conversation and build a better plan for the future of Haiti. And not for NGO to lead the plan, for the state of Haiti to lead the plan and assign areas and thematics to NGOs where to work and what to do.
Hmm. You actually answered part of I guess my next question, which has to do with like what advice would you give emerging nonprofits as well as individuals like wanted and willing to work in Haiti, which you mentioned, like, as far as like listening is definitely a big need when they're doing the work on the ground.
Yes. Yes, for new NGOs, for example, Haitian out of Haiti would like to come to invest in the sector in Haiti. The first thing is you need to have the paper right, you
Yeah.
know, having it as simple as possible. Second, for the first 5 years, try to do 2 to 3 things, not 10 things. And sometimes we try, we think normally you can do
You want
10
to do
things.
everything.
Yeah, because there are a lot of needs.
Yes.
Try to do 2, 3 things, maximum 4, and do it very well. For
Mm-hmm.
example, where I'm here, I used to do 10 things. I told my team, no, no, no. In the project, I need 3. We
Mm-hmm.
focus on the 3. We did it very well, etc. Because there is a question of timing. For
Yeah.
example, right now it is really calm. I asked them to work hard because we don't know in October to December we could have 2 months, the pay is blocked, etc. And the other thing I would say is when you treat Haitian very well, they tend to
Mm-hmm.
be transparent and not corrupt.
Mm.
When they feel that it is my experience, personal
Mm-hmm.
experience. When, for example, I'm working with people and we treat them with dignity, they will treat all what they are dealing with dignity. And in Haiti right now, in the city, Port-au-Prince, it's difficult. But in the countryside, it's what I believe in this country, and that is why I'm still here. Is the fact that there are a lot of people. They are really honest people. They are
Mm-hmm.
people that I can trust. I have many examples. For example, we give some funds from the mutual. It's a mutual solidarity, microcredit, etc. 100% reimbursement. Treat them with dignity, they are honest, and they are doing their job. I went to field visit. I was on a cliff and I fall down, etc. My boat was full of mud, my iPhone full of mud, bags, etc. I went to a farmer's house. He invited me to clean up. I left my phone, boots outside, and my bags with my laptops, everything. I went inside. I cleaned up. But he offered me food, but the smell was so good, I forgot about everything. I stayed inside to eat. And I went back home. My boot was clean, my bag was clean, and my phone was clean. you
It's a
know?
not no, it's a because I think like I've also experienced that as well, where our car broke down. Two of the back tires were out, and we were just stuck on the limbe, that little curb.
Yeah, yeah.
We were
That's
just
what I'm
stuck
all.
there, and I guess there was a family just sitting there, and they basically kept us company for the entire night until somebody came and picked us up. And that was just more like the first experience in Haiti. And I was just like, okay, I know there's a different side to Haiti. I can see what people
Yeah.
say. There's two different sides to Haiti.
may have a different good experience in this country. I've had a few bad things for sure.
Mm,
Kidnappings, people, my family killed, etc. I have bad experience
mhm,
as well. But as I said, for the new organization coming to Haiti, the best way is to treat people with dignity, have the right contract, everything is clear. Sometimes
mhm,
people sign we didn't understand, they
mhm,
understand it. Take the time to explain one, twice, more than that.
mhm.
And after that, you can move forward. You can continue to work. The corruption could happen outside, not in your where you are.
That's true.
Because people that are treated with dignity, they respect themselves, you know. Yeah, that's what I would advise. The other thing I would say is sometimes it's good to bring money. But the best part of fundraising is not about only money. It's about your story, your experience,
Mhm.
what you can teach the people. As much as possible, I tend to be with youth, pass them books, etc. The one that are interested, not all are interested to it,
That's true.
but the one that are interested, to pass them what they need. Invest in the youth, the children. That is really, really important.
That's wonderful. And I guess my hopefully last questions. I wanted to sneak something in there, but I'm like, is that too politicized?
Go ahead.
Okay, thank you. I think my question is related to Decret 1987. Is do you believe and this decree has to do with the nonprofit like that's the oh my god, that's the agreement for nonprofits to operate in Haiti. Do you believe that it requires to be reformat or reformed, I should say?
I think it will depend on the general plan. Yes,
Mhm,
it's supposed to be. I think there are a lot of work that has been done by NGO, the Ministry of Planning, for many years.
mhm.
We have a lot of seminar, even they went to the Cameroon to have a discussion about it. I think there are a draft of a new one. There is a draft of a new one.
Really?
I think it was finalized in 2015, but they didn't follow through with it, you
Okay.
know.
Okay.
But me personally, even what they would propose in 2015, it's good, but we could do better. Because
Okay.
I work in other countries, for example, I work in the Dominican Republic. When I went to the Ministry of Interior, I think they talk about what we are doing, etc. They told me
Hmm.
we need three things. Yeah, you get your registration. 75% of the employees supposed to be the Dominican. You pay
Yeah.
tax on it.
Yes.
Second thing, send us the level of money that you are spending. We
Mm-hmm.
don't need report,
Mm-hmm.
but it's in the sector, in the area.
Mm-hmm.
After that, don't worry. All the money will be spent here. That's fine. That's fine for the economy. We don't
Mm-hmm.
need all your paper. That's it. I think we need to have a system that is simple, more simple than
Yes.
what we have now, and
I agree.
something that we could do online, and people could see the progression of your action on
Yes.
a regular basis. And all what you're doing is supposed to be in line of the general plan that the government assigned to the NGOs.
Mm-hmm.
Let's say assign, it's too directive, but maybe they could propose, because human rights organization would say that you should not assign me the work to work in prison, for example, you
That's
know.
true.
Yeah, but still, I think it is what I would say. Yes, it's supposed to be reformed. Yes, it has been a lot of work has been done. I can ask for the last version of what they sent to the parliament. I think in
Please and thank you.
2015, 2016.
Please and thank you.
I
I'd love
can
to hear
ask.
that.
I can ask Clio. I can ask Clio because they have an archive,
Mm-hmm.
and yeah, I can share with you. I think which is really interesting. Yeah.
Okay. Great.
But even though for me they need more things in line with the moment that we have now,
That is true.
using the technology and the report now you need to this format, etc. You can go online, put all the information, boom, and someone
Approve
from the
or
ministry could come and
disapprove.
double check
Yeah,
etc.
like just to make sure like, you are in line with their, I guess, the mission that they actually support. Like I would say one thing, because for me, which I thought was very like not off-putting per se, I kind of felt like, the ministry also does need a lot of like capacity development trainings when it comes to like approving organizations. Like you have a lot of churches in Haiti, you have a lot of faith-based organization in Haiti, but if an organization is coming to Haiti and their sole mission is to teach them about Jesus, I kind of felt like, you could have like put a stop and be like, hey, we evaluate your mission and like, we strategize and then come back rather than just check, just approving it.
Yeah.
Um,
But sometimes there are two things. Some organization, when they have churches, like if we're talking about Jesus,
mhm.
it is the ministry of cult,
Yes.
and it is where the situation to they need to make the differentiation between NGO and this type of organization. They
Yes.
are not NGOs, you
Yes.
know. They are church based, and they need to follow the rule of the ministry of cult, how they call it. Yeah, you know. For example, me, LWF is a Lutheran organization,
Mhm.
but it is the domination. But we are not talking about anything about religion.
Yeah.
You know, the
You
thing
guys
is,
have like core
it
mission,
is the
core vision.
principle. Yeah, it is the basic principle from the Christianity. That's when you need to help your neighbor as a brother. It
Mhm.
is this type of thing that guide us to help each other. You know,
Mhm.
because some of organization, it's not the government giving them the money; it is the public that give $10, $20, etc. But when you have, let's say, 1 million people giving this type of money, it's making a lot, and they give some to Haiti and give to
Mhm.
30 other countries. You know, the other thing in Haiti, all people think that it is only NGOs are only in Haiti, and NGOs are all over the
Yeah.
world. You have
Yeah.
NGOs in the US as well.
That's
You
true.
know,
That's true.
yeah.
Well, they like to refer to Haiti as the Republic of NGOs, but like we still haven't I won't say data hasn't necessarily prove it. It's more so in my
No, no,
perspective.
it is a media fantasy.
Yes,
You
it's
know,
a
if
narrative.
someone mentioned it because there are too many, because
Yes.
after the earthquake, you have a lot of people wanting to help. You
Mm-hmm.
know, they are not NGOs. Sometimes they are individuals that they have money and they would like to help. For
Mm-hmm.
example, I went to I think to Canada I think a few years ago, 10 years ago. And someone would show me this dog, how he saw this dog in Haiti and bring it to the States. And he's happy about it and breeding of the dogs, etc. Talking about, you know, a lot of people were have genuine act to support, you
Mm-hmm.
know. But why now registered? I think there are less than 600 NGO registered at the Ministry of Planning, and
I
around
think
100 and
around 343 last time, the document that they gave me last time.
the one that give the reports.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. But why now only 150 that give the reports?
Okay. That's thank you for sharing that.
Yeah,
I did not know that. But yeah, thank you. Um,
yeah.
that
But
is
it's evolved from 1 year to another, but
yeah.
still,
Yeah, yeah,
yeah.
yeah. And I think I would like to respect your time and also maybe is there any final thought that you would like to share with us as well as maybe where people can support the Lutheran Federation?
Retail World Federation.
Yes.
Yes, so Retail World Federation is based in Geneva, and so if you can support, that's fine. If you can
Mhm.
support a Haitian organization that is in the States, because we are open. You know,
Mhm.
where the best you can do, you can propose one that you know in the US. And I think there are a few that are really good. They are Gascov Clergy Foundation. I know them because they are doing some good work in the South. I
Mhm.
saw them. And for example, and what I would say is a final thought is it's really good to think about what NGOs is doing because it is still one of the force, the strength that is moving things forward in Haiti. It is one of the sector that is paying a lot of tax still in Haiti. The government realized that they opened one office only for NGO to pay the tax because the salary are interesting,
Yeah.
not extremely. exaggerated as people think about it. It's not
Mm.
true, you know, because the salary at USAID, UN, or an embassy is different for NGOs because NGOs is different than them. But
Yeah.
people want to put them all together. But you
Hmm.
are working for the UN, the price you can go online and see the different grade of the price, etc. Yeah, and they are depending on the country that the NGO came from, the salary. It's working for a French NGO, it's really yeah, it's really low.
Mm.
In terms of paying, for example, that's what I heard. But just to say that to finish is it is the right conversation to continue to have about with the sector in Haiti. There are a lot of good things that is happening, a lot of challenges that they are facing. But the good thing, why now NGOs are saving lives a lot. For example, why now in all the district of Port-au-Prince, in the camp, providing food, providing psychosocial support, preventing gender-based violence, it is giving people cash, etc., helping people with their rent of their house,
Hmm.
etc. It's really good. For us, the work that we are doing, for example, we are giving cash to the people in order that they can have money to, not a lot of cash, you know. Me, I would think about 2 years, but we are giving for 1 month, 2 months in Somalia. Not directly. We are working through local partner, local organization
Hmm.
because we think that even if I'm Haitian, running an international organization, the Haitian organization, local organization are the one that have the right expertise to do the work. And there are a lot of very good ones, transparent ones, really honest people doing the right job in a professional way. And we are working with them,
Thank you.
to deliver those programs. And and we are doing some wash, bring water from wherever it is to bring that to the community, making a toilet in school, teaching in hygiene kits. We support women, disabled people, elderly
Mhm.
people in safe housing. For example, in the South, we support some safe houses run by women organization. If a woman has been abused, could have legal, medical, and all type of support that they need to move forward. It is the type of work that we are doing.
That is beautiful,
And
and I will basically link all the. I think some you made a lot of beautiful points, and honestly, and it made me want to, the minute that we get off here, do a little more research.
yeah,
I can't
if you
wait to
want,
get that
you can
document.
come and visit our project as well, if and discuss directly to the partner and the communities. That will be the best part. I can translate for you.
Mwen pale kreol, justement, ke m jist li soti kon sa lem poko alez ansan avon.
Listen, even me, I'm here. When I went to Gunners, I need to adjust my Creole to get it right. Sometimes the word that I'm using here is different, you know? Yeah, just to let you know.
Thank you.
But anyway, but even if it is not with us, I could refer you to another organization. We can go and see the work that they are doing. And
Definitely.
that would be awesome.
And that would definitely be a plan. If not this year, maybe next year. Being that some of these organizations are based in Port-au-Prince. I know Clio is based in Port-au-Prince, correct? Am I wrong?
Yes, Kilo has 80 members. Yeah, in it, Asian and local organization. I'm sure
Mhm.
that if you send an invitation, one could invite you to see what they are doing.
Yeah.
It will be a pleasure to show.
Awesome, awesome. And thank you for participating. I will link everything to like some of the pointers that you made to this discussion, I guess below. And we can take our conversation as well, like offline, because you've shared a lot of valuable insights that I would love to basically do more research on.
Yeah, thank you.
Awesome.
Thanks again for having me. It was a pleasure to have this conversation, and yeah, I'm open to share as much as possible. Thank you.
Awesome. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye.